Let's go. It's time for quali. By far the best part of a Formula 1 weekend. The most exciting part anyway, let's do it like that. Whew, I am ready for this. Now, I said at the end of practice that I would make a top 5 prediction. I would tell you what that is before we start, and I've done it. Now, I've gone for a bit of a more peculiar and random one, purely because, I don't want to be boring. I've gone for a Lewis Hamilton pole, a Max Verstappen P2, Fernando Alonso P3, Lando Norris P4, and Lance Stroll P5. I can't wait to see just how wrong that would be. Some breaking news as well that has come out of the paddock just now, about 10 minutes ago. Yuki Tsunoda has re-signed with RB for the end of the 2025 season. So, there it is. Also, Charles Leclerc has been given a Ferrari have been given a €5,000 fine for using intermediate tyres in dry conditions, which, I'm going to be honest, I didn't even know that was a rule, but there it is. So we're going to start in about 4 minutes' time. I'm actually going to make 2 more predictions for Q1. I'll just do Q1 exits. I'm going to go for some very obvious candidates. I'm going to say Joe. I'm going to say Magnussen. I'm going to say Sargent. And then I need at least one big name. You know what? Carlos Sainz to be out in Q1. And do I go Albon, Bottas, or an Alpine? We'll go Ocon. So Joe, Magnussen, Sargent, Sainz, and Ocon in no particular order. Those are the 5 I think will get eliminated in Q1. And Hamilton, Verstappen, Alonso, Norris, and Stroll is my top 5. Now, of course, they're not actually based on performance. That is just, you know, to have a fun prediction. If I wanted to be serious, I'd probably say Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, Norris, Piastri. But yeah. W. 2 minutes until we start. I've got the timers ready, I think. Yep, 17.5 minutes. So we're going to be here for the next hour. And apparently, some more breaking news as well. This isn't, actually, no, I wouldn't say breaking news. It's developing news. According to the Daily Mail, which usually tell lies, let's be honest, they do. They say that Ollie Behrman has signed a contract with Haas. With no official announcement. So I do think that's a lie, because the Daily Mail is one of the most unreliable sources in the entire world. Not just with Formula 1, but just in general. They usually lie because they want to come up with a story. So yeah, let's see some comments on this post. So yeah, Daily Mail UK. Oliver Mervyn will join Haas in 2025 after starring with Ferrari at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in March, as the 19-year-old becomes the 4th Brit on the grid behind Hamilton, Norris, and Russell. So I think that is bollocks. We'll wait and see for that. Chance of rain in qualifying. This has come out 30 seconds ago. Chance of rain, 80%. Alright, so it's going to get a bit frisky and damp in these areas. Cold. Alright, so it's officially turned 9 PM, which means the green flag any second now will be waved and we will get underway. I'm actually concerned by how delayed live timing is. It keeps like slowing down, which I'm really not a fan of. Although, of course, I think Canada is... It's like they're not exactly like 5 hours behind. They're like 5 hours and 28 seconds or something. So the green flag should wave any second now. Like, is this taking too long? I get the feeling that the live timing... Nope, there it is. Okay, quali is go. What a time to be alive. Already got Joe and Gasly coming straight out of the garage. Zhou Guanyu obviously having barely any practice whatsoever. He crashed out of FP1 and FP3. There are the times. Bosch, lovely. And we are ready to cook. Lance Stroll coming out, as is Ocon and Sargent. All on brand new softs, of course. Wonder if we'll see any mediums. Verstappen out. I honestly reckon you can't get away with medium tyres. I feel like even though the bottom 5 should be pretty clear, it's going to be the Stakes, the Saubers, the Williams or the Hasses. Norris, we've had light drops reported from turn 7, but don't see anything on the radar. Very light drops. So there's some info for you. Lando Norris exiting the pits now as well. On brand new softs. So far we have both Red Bulls. We have got both Alpines. We have Stroll, Joe, Norris, and Alonso. Zhou Guanyu's about to start a lap. Now, in practice, we were seeing low 20s for Sector 1, low 23s for Sector 2, and I don't actually remember Sector 3, so that's what we're sort of looking for. Of course, in practice, they were doing 12.5, so we're going to be going at least half a second quicker than that, especially once we get to the Q3 area. So Zhou Guanyu's going to start a lap, followed very, very closely by Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon. Zhou Guanyu through Sector 1 is going to do a... Oh, I don't have sector times up, sorry. A 20... Oh, hang on. A 23.8. Ocon a 23.5. That's 3 seconds off the pace. I don't think that... I think they're just doing a second warm-up lap, trying to drastically warm the tyres. So no one's actually started a lap yet. Oh, never mind, we do have one. Max Verstappen, a 21.1 through Sector 1. That can't be an actual lap, because that is at least 6-7 tenths off practice pace. That's got to be just a very radical warm-up lap. Perez, a 21.8. Tricky. Very, very tricky. We got to see what Zhou Guanyu at a 25.7. That obviously isn't a proper lap time. Now we can see Zhou Guanyu's first sector. Because if his first sector is faster than Verstappen, and I know Verstappen wasn't taking it seriously. Verstappen's at a 24 dead through Sector 2. I think he is trying, you know. Drivers are really slow through Sector 1 for some reason. Verstappen does a 15.2. That's our very first lap time in this session. A 15.2 for the boys. Logan Sargent, not a proper lap. Perez is doing a proper lap. A 16.4. Lost 7 tenths in Sector 1. Half a second in Sector 3. Norris goes quickest. That's the sort of pace we were looking for. A 14.6. That's still 2 seconds away from practice, but at least it's okay. Zhou Guanyu crosses the line. stays P4, a 16-9. Wow. Okay. Lance Stroll's cooking. Ocon goes P3, a 15-2. Good lap time by him, I think. Not really. There's still 3 seconds of practice. Alonso, fastest sector 1, a 21 dead. And then Russell beats it at 20.8. That's more like it. Stroll goes fastest at 14.5. Still 2 seconds off the pace of practice. Martin Brundle says yield one more time, I'll lose my shit. Bottas goes P3, fastest sector 3. 14.6. Okay. Leclerc only P6 out of 11 drivers. Hulkenberg P3 at 14.6. Great lap time by him. Here's Alonso, who is up on everyone. Goes P1 at 14.4, a 10th up on his teammate. George Russell then goes P1 by half a second, a 14 dead. Hamilton does a 14.5 and goes P3. Lando Norris sets the fastest sector 1 at 20.7. Piastri goes P2 overall, a 14.3. Gasly up to P6, a 14.5. Zhou Guanyu doesn't improve. Esteban Ocon on a lap. No, he isn't. Kevin Magnussen, he is on a lap. Not a bad looking lap either, to be fair. Honestly, he's currently going for P2 pace. He crosses the line and does go P2. 14 dead. Ew! That's rapid. Fair play, K-Mag. Didn't know you had that in you, mate. Fair enough. Logan Sargent, currently in P14. Not improving. Alex Albon is, but it's a pretty bad sector 1. He crosses the line and Alex Albon goes P4 with a 14.4. Daniel Ricciardo stays where he is. Sainz goes P3, a 14.2. Norris goes P1 by half a second with a 13.5. No! Lance Stroll, fastest sector 1 at 20.7. Sergio Perez, I believe, might be starting a lap. Let's see. Yes, he is. So we'll keep track of him. Leclerc? No. Hulkenberg? Where is he? There. Who's on a lap? Joe. Yes, Joe on a lap. Really bad lap, though. Crosses the line. Goes P16. Verstappen, fastest sector 1 at 20.5. Perez, a 21 dead. So half a second off his teammate. Ocon goes up to P12, a 14.6. Russell doesn't improve. Hamilton doesn't improve. Tsunoda isn't on a lap. Yes, he is. Tsunoda P4, 14.2. That's lovely stuff. We have a yellow flag, and the yellow flag is gone. That was quick. 2 second yellow flag as Lance Stroll puts it P2. Only 2 thousandths off Norris. Great lap by Stroll. Still a second off practice, though. Danny Rick goes P3. 3 tenths up on his teammate. Valtteri Bottas crosses the line and goes P6 with a 14.1. Max Verstappen with the fastest sector 1 is going to cross the line and go P1 by a 10.5 with a 13.3. Checo Perez only P15, a 14.5. Uh-oh. 1.2 seconds off his teammate right now. Nico Hulkenberg P8, a 14.1. Fernando Alonso, fastest sector 2. Go on, son. Go on. P4, not bad. 13.6. Zhou Guanyu comes back in the pits. And honestly, that's very concerning for Checo. And Sainz. And Piastri. And Hamilton. Perez and Hamilton both in the relegation zone. Piastri and Sainz only 2 places away from the relegation zone, with Alex Albon right behind, improving up on Carlos Sainz. Still up on Carlos Sainz through both sectors. That is very, very concerning for Carlos Sainz. Russell improving through Sector 1. Alex Albon round the final corners for all the champions. He's going to cross the line. Alex Albon goes P6 with a 13.8. Carlos Sainz crosses the line and goes P5 with a 13.7. Nico Hülkenberg isn't on a lap. Leclerc isn't. Russell is. We'll keep track of him. He is just coming around the hairpin of turn 10. 10? That's only turn 10. Feels like there's way more corners than 10 up to that point, but you know, he keeps going. Russell around the final chicane. Hamilton fastest sector 2 of anyone at 23.1. Russell crosses the line. P9 right now. Goes P1 by a 10th with a 13.2. Great lap by Russell. 7 minutes remaining. Hamilton crosses the line. Goes P3, a 13.4. Perez and Piastri both in the relegation zone. Sargent currently outside of it. What a time to be alive. So will we see back-to-back Q1 exits for Perez? Back-to-back not getting in Q3 performances. I'm dying. 6 minutes remaining now. I wonder if Checo Perez is going to go for another lap or just go in the pits and put some new tyres on. Still got a good 10 cars out on track. I think Perez and Verstappen are both going for laps. 6:20. Okay, live timing is still ahead. Cool. So let's get Verstappen on board. He's going to go yellow through turn 1 and 2. Checo Perez is yellow through turn 1 and 2. It's not looking good for these two. I mean, Verstappen is P2. But Perez, my goodness, once again, just doesn't have it. Verstappen doesn't improve a 20.6. Perez does improve a 21 dead. Which is still a good 2/10 off getting out a Q1 pace. Verstappen through Sector 2 improves to a 23.3. Sergio Perez improves to a 23.5. So at the moment, Perez is still half a second off his teammate. Oh, but Checo is going to get a gorgeous slipstream off Nico Hülkenberg and Valtteri Bottas. Oh, that is gorgeous. Verstappen pits, abandons his lap. Checo Perez is also abandoning his lap. Oh, okay. So even though Checo was improving, obviously they've looked and gone, well, he's not improving enough, and so they've boxed him, put some new tyres on. Okay. Zhou Guanyu improving, so is Sainz. Hülkenberg improving as well. Sainz through... Right, well that's got to be some serious track cramp because Gasly's just gone fastest in Sector 1 by a 10th. Fair enough, okay, cool. Logan Sargent crosses the line, he isn't on a lap though. Lance Stroll fastest Sector 1. Sainz abandons his lap and pits. Zhou Guanyu doesn't abandon his lap, keeps going. He's currently P20, stays P20. 8 tenths off P19, so he's done. Lando Norris fastest Sector 1. Hulkenberg crosses the line. He's P12, so he is safe. Doesn't improve. Gasly, P2? Alright, fair enough, Gazza. Magnussen also goes up to P8. Gasly a 13.3. Magnussen a 13.5. Piastri up to P11 only, a 13.8. Stroll goes P1 with a 13 dead. Fair enough, as Esteban Ocon goes P5 as well and goes with a 13.4. Fernando Alonso joined Stroll on the front row with a 13.1. Logan Sargent, P5 for Sargent. That might not be enough because of the track ramp. Lando Norris, P1, 12.9. We're starting to get a lot better lap times now. Daniel Ricciardo, P8 only. That ain't going to be good enough. That's not good enough at all. Yuki Tsunoda, P4, 13.1. 2 tenths up on his teammate. 2.5 tenths up on his teammate. Zhou Guanyu not improving, and he ain't really got time to. Alex Albon is. Sainz isn't. So, 2 minutes remaining. Everyone's going to build up. Hamilton fastest sector 1. Verstappen saying that the downshifts are shit. That's good info. Thank you. Sainz begins his final lap of the session. He's P15 right now. He is not safe. Russell, fastest sector 2 at 23 dead. Is incredible. Hulkenberg begins his final lap, as does Gasly. The 2-minute warning is up and the bottom 5 is illuminated. Lewis Hamilton, back-to-back purple sectors. He is cooking. But Russell gets severe traffic in the final corner. That might ruin him, actually. He does get a slipstream down the main straight, though. Crosses the line. Russell goes P2, a 13 dead. Oscar Piastri begins his final lap of the session. Sergio Perez, P19, begins his final lap of the session. Lewis Hamilton, P1 at 12.8. Lance Stroll should be okay, P4. Esteban Ocon, P11. That ain't enough, but he is going to start a lap. Alonso, is he going to start a lap? They might be safe. I don't even know what the cutoff is going to be. It's so close right now. Sergio Perez through Sector 1 at 20.6. That ain't good enough. That is not good enough at all. Zhou Guanyu, P19, gets ahead of Checo. 20.6 is the slowest sector of anyone, as Sainz goes P4. Sergio Perez is a massive Sector 2 and 3 if he's got any hope of getting out Q1 right now. Oh, shit. Gasly pits from P8. That might be okay. Magnussen crosses the line. And Perez is done. Perez is done. Perez is done. He's down on every single driver through Sector 1 and 2. Bottas goes P12. Sergio Perez through the final sector. Perez goes P12. That might be enough. Perez might be okay. No, he's not. Ocon P17 is out. Hulkenberg out. Zhou Guanyu out. Daniel Ricciardo is improving. Checkered flag. Verstappen P15. Fastest sector 1 and 2. Perez P13. This is going to be so fucking close. He should be okay. Verstappen goes P1 now. Bosch. Perez P15. He should be fine. No! Alex Albon! Alex Albon! Alex, no way! No way! No! No, no, no! Alex, please! Alex, please! Alex, please! Alex! Oh my God! Perez! Ah! You bastard! Oh. Oh. Why? 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 Sergio Perez for the second time in a row, gets eliminated in Q1. So your final finishing order for Q1 is going to be Max Verstappen P1, Yuki Tsunoda P2, Hamilton P3, Albon P4, Piastri P5, Norris P6, Russell P7, Sainz P8, Sargent P9, Stroll P10, Leclerc P11, Alonso P12, Magnussen P13, Ricciardo P14, Gasly P15. Those are all your safe drivers. Your drivers eliminated are going to be Checo Perez, Valtteri Bottas, Esteban Ocon, Nico Hülkenberg, and Zhou Guanyu. And honestly, it wasn't even close. Perez missed out by, what, 40 milliseconds? And I thought he was safe. Verstappen went fastest in sector 1 and 2. He was P15, Perez was P14. I thought Verstappen would cross the line, go P1, Perez P15, or was cushy. Then I see Alex Albon improving through sector 1 and 2. And, well, Albon goes and puts it P4. And Perez, 1 second slower than his teammate, out in Q1 once again. I want to see if there is any post-quali reaction from Checo Perez. Perez on the radio just fuck, and that's it. Let me get back on my chair. My knees are killing me. So, my prediction for the 5 to get eliminated in Q1, I got 2 right out of 5. And what I will say as well, what a performance. Logan Sargent, P9. He might be 2 tenths off his teammate, but P9. Great performance by him. Both RBs. Wait, I just realised, apart from Sauber, we have 9 constructors in Q2. That's pretty good. I need to get the timer ready. But, yeah. Do you know what pisses me off, though? Why is it, in every sport, the only thing I like is the worst? In F1, Sergio Perez is the only driver that I properly like. He's the worst driver on the grid. West Ham are a shit football team. The team I support in Apex Legends are shit. Like, no matter what genre, what sport, what esport, the team I like is the most disappointing. Like, that's what it is. If I was supporting Bottas and he got knocked out in Q1, I'd be like, well, it's expected, but it, you know, ain't the end of the world. But when you've got, like, a top car on the grid and the driver's getting knocked out in Q1, it's such a horrible feeling for me. And the thing is, like, there's no excuse for that. There isn't. Monaco, there's traffic. Imola, he made a mistake in turn 7 that he admitted to. This, it was just poor driving all around. He was 2 tenths away in Sector 1, 2 tenths away, 3 tenths away in Sector 2, and although he had a really strong Sector 3, that's just not good enough. Every other driver is doing 20.3s in Sector 1. He done a 20.5. You know? Through Sector 2, they're doing 23.2s. He done a 23.5. Like, you just can't do that. You can't. And this is a thing that I feel that a lot of people forget about. Sergio Perez's last 3 qualifying results: P11, P17, P16. And Q2 has been underway for a good minute now, and I just have not paid attention. I'm going to redo the timer. But I'm absolutely livid right now. Well, nothing I can do about it now. We just have to, you know, move on. Q2 is a go. So, my top 5 for quali could still happen. All 5 are still in Q2. My bottom 5, I only got 2 out of 3 right. Let's make a Q2 exit prediction. I'm going to say Sargent, Ricardo, Gasly, Magnussen. Ooh. That is a tough... I feel like Albon will do it, and I feel like it's got to be a big one. You can call me a hater, I'm saying Sainz again. So I got 2 out of 3, 2 out of 5, sorry, on my Q1 eliminations. Let's see what I can do on my Q2 eliminations. But, let's see some Twitter responses to the, oh, that's a great tweet from Arava. Vamos Checo, we are pleased to announce Checo Perez has signed a 2-year extension. Arava tweets, Vamos Q1 exit. Well done, mate. Perez has devolved into a pay driver. Aren't they all pay drivers? Yeah. Every F1 driver apart from Hamilton and Ocon are pay drivers. Okay, that's... Perez has devolved into a pay driver. There, I said it. And you need to lose weight, Benjamin, is a crazy comeback. God knows why Checo is struggling so bad. He's got a completely different mindset and a completely different strategy, like, pathway. And yet he's just a shit. But it's what I was saying. Checo Perez, after Miami, is shockingly bad. Perez was so good in 2023 until Miami, then it went wrong. Sergio Perez was really, really good in 2024 until Miami. Now he's shit. Right, so the first few lap times are done. We've got Piastri at 12.4. Leclerc at 12.7. Alonso at 12.8. Ricciardo at 12.9. Tsunoda at 12.9. Russell goes fastest at 12.3. Sainz at 13 dead. Verstappen at 13 dead. Hamilton at 13.1. Magnussen at 13.2. Norris at 13.2. Stroll at 13.2. And then the others are sort of irrelevant. Hamilton goes P3 at 12.6. Can you imagine the scenes if Logan gets through to Q2? Magnussen improves to P6 at 12.9. Norris improves to P4 at 12.7. Pretty good lap time so far. Keep in mind, by the way, Perez gave it everything and still was not only a second slower than his teammate, but is already, like, way off, like, Sargent and Gasly and Albon in Q2. That's how bad his lap was. Unreal. And actually... That's a banging tweet. Okay, back to the live timing. What's on? 720. Okay, I need to refresh live timing. Check my chats. No one's chatted. Surprise. Okay, so driver tracker. Sectors off. Rotate. Zoom in twice. Okay, so Russell was gone P1. I don't know if that was that before? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was. So we've got 6 minutes remaining, so we still have time for at least 2 more runs. Carlos Sainz improves to only P8 with a 12.9. Verstappen, by the way, only in P10. Although, unlike Perez, you sort of expect Verstappen to pull a decent lap together at the end. That's what Perez is missing. That is what Sergio Perez is missing. Most drivers on the grid, more than most, Verstappen. In the final dying moments of qualifying, he can put his best lap together. So can most drivers, with Verstappen more than most. He can do it the best. Perez can't do it at all. Final lap of Q1, Verstappen sets 3 fastest sectors and does like a 12.7 or something. Sergio Perez doesn't, he improves his lap time, but barely by anything and gets knocked out in Q1. He just doesn't have the clutch factor. No one on quali laps right now. We probably won't get any until the very last dying moments. Logan Sargent, by the way, currently ahead of Albon in P13 and 14 respectively. But I just put out a banning tweet. If you can go and... if anyone's watching this afterwards, any like sort of like stream whatever, can you like go and like this tweet? It's quite funny. What's the last time? 4:12. Okay. 4 minutes remaining, so I was gonna say any seconds, what, any minute? I say it's not until about the 2 minutes 20 until we start getting final runs, so that says 4:30, this says 3:50. Okay, that's way ahead. I wish I made my tweet a bit more cosmetic. Still, no reports of rain right now. And we have our first lap times about to be completed. Daniel Ricciardo starts his final lap of the session, as does Tsunoda. Sargent finishes his lap. He's up on Albon by a 10th. Sargent goes P5. It's not going to be enough for Q3, but it might be enough to out-qualify Alex Albon on merit. If you remember, in Australia or wherever it was, Alex Albon got his lap time deleted, and that's why he got out-qualified by Sargent. This could be the very first time that Sargent out-qualifies Albon on merit. Is it going to be? Albon crosses the line. Yes, it is! Logan Sargent has out-qualified Alex Albon on merit for the first time ever. More lap times for you. Lando Norris, P1, a 12.2. Piss off, phone notification. Pierre Gasly, not improving. He's about to start a lap. There's still 2 minutes left. Everyone's going a bit early. Daniel Ricciardo crosses the line, and he goes P4, ahead of Stroll and Sargent and Hamilton. Not a bad lap by Ricciardo. Verstappen begins his lap. Tsunoda goes P2, a 12.3. 2.5 tenths up on Ricciardo. Fernando Alonso crosses the line. He's P10, only P7. Oh, I don't know about that one, to be honest. I really don't know. Lewis Hamilton crosses the line to begin his final lap. Logan Sargent still has time for another lap. I think he's going to go for it, you know. Is he going for it? No idea. We'll see. George Russell not improving. He's starting his lap. Who's the next person actually on a lap? It's going to be Charles Leclerc. Only P10. Right on the cusp of right now. He's not got time for another lap. He's got to get it done now. Blocked by his teammate. Leclerc, only P9 for Leclerc. That's not going to be good enough. That's not good enough at all. Alex Albon starts a final lap. Logan Sargent doesn't improve, but it's still a strong Sector 1. Hamilton improving. Russell fastest Sector 1. Lance Stroll starts his lap. Okay, fine. Gasly as well. Verstappen on a lap. Verstappen a 21, a 22, and a 22.9. That's very, very quick. Or is it? Not really. Verstappen P5. That should be good enough. Not a bad lap by Verstappen at all. Lewis Hamilton on a lap, fastest Sector 2. That is a very good Sector 2 at 22.6. Hamilton's going to cross the line, and Hamilton is going to do a 11.9 and put it P1. Logan Sargent improves his lap but stays P11, but a fantastic effort by Sargent all round. Alex Albon is up on his time though, as George Russell, an 11.7. That is yucky from fucking Russell. What a lap time. Carlos Sainz P14. Carlos Sainz is out! This could be a double. Alex Albon again. He knocked out Perez in Q1. Will he knock out Leclerc? Yes, he does! Alex Albon. On the end of the session, Alex Albon has knocked out Charles Leclerc, and it's a double Ferrari Q2 elimination. On paper, on pre-race simulations, they look like the fastest team in qualifying, and here they are, an hour later, and they are out in Q2, and that is quali done. Dusted. See you later. Let's go. Oh, wow. What a story by Alex Albon. So your finishing order for Q2 is going to be George Russell P1, Lewis Hamilton P2. Then it goes Norris, Tsunoda, Piastri, Albon in Q3, P6. Verstappen only P7. It's a double RB qualification for Q3 with Daniel Ricciardo in P8, Alonso in P9, and Lance Stroll in P10, just making it. And your eliminated 5 is Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Logan Sargent, Kevin Magnussen, and Pierre Gasly. So at my bottom 5 to get eliminated, I do get 4 out of 5, which I think is very respectable. The fact that I actually got that Sainz call right, the only one I got wrong was Daniel Ricciardo. Whew. What a time to be alive, like, genuinely. So now we have a 12-minute session for Q3 to decide it all. I'm going to do this, turn the timer off, and then that, timer off. Okay. So I've got 2 out of 5 on 2 out of 5 on my Q1 eliminations, 4 out of 5 on my Q2 eliminations. What can I get on my main, my Q3 top? Excuse me. My Q3 top 5 was Hamilton, Verstappen, Alonso, Norris, and Stroll. Oh, my voice is dying, but passion, bitch. Unreal scenes, really, if you think about it. Few more minutes. Ferraris go out. And the rain has begun. Oh shit, I've just made my music like incredibly loud. Hang on, my bad. Wait. Yeah, there you go. Apparently it's just started raining. Do we have an actual update on that? Wait, Logan Sargent replay, radio message. What, do I have it off? I do.
Logan, it really was. We noted the impeding, but really was.
So this was Logan Sargent's reaction to going out in Q2.
Gave you what I had there, mate. Yeah. I got impeded a 10.5 on that first lap. That's not right.
It was a great session, Logan. It really was. We noted the impeding, but really well done.
So that's Logan Sargent's reaction. This is Lance Stroll's.
I got a snapping turn now.
That's just info, we don't care. Is there a Sergio Perez radio? Oh, there's a lot of radios from cars I don't really care about. I want a Sergio Perez reaction. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Right, piss off. But I should probably turn the team radio back. Oh wait, autoplay off. Audio commentary off. That's better. Display, hide. Nice. So Q3 is about to start. The leaderboard's been refreshed. The time has changed to 12 minutes. And we are just about ready to go here in Q3. A reminder of my top 5. Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Lando Norris, Lance Stroll.
Turn 6, man.
Yeah, copy.
Why
we
is
saw that.
Stroll
We'll have a quick look at
speaking?
it. So you are safe, Lance. You are through. That's P10.
Shut up! Alex Albon Team Radio. I don't even know if I can share these, but fuck it.
We're not making it easy for ourselves here.
Yeah, with you on that one.
So Alex Albon's reaction to getting through is just... Good one. Only about, I'd say, a minute, maybe under a minute until Q3 starts. Can we start now? Please? Please? Maybe? Jesus Christ. I clicked on the Logan Sargent Updates account, which is a fantastic account. You should really follow it. And Q3 has begun. Let us cook. Bosh and Bosh. Oh, Bosh. Oh, Bosh. Thank you. Okay, for the YouTube stream, the timer is about 2 seconds delayed. For the Twitch and Kick viewers, the timer is 1 second delayed. So I won't really update you on anything until like the second or final runs, because the first runs don't mean anything, they're just bankers. And we'll go from there. I also need to recover my voice a little bit. I got a bit passionate in that Q2 session, but that was really good. Keep in mind, it's apparently started raining. I can't actually give you... Oh, Piastri Team Radio.
Oscar, turn 8 entry line is similar across cars. Not sure whether you got to see that in the garage.
Nice. Not seeing anything about the weather. I mean, Verstappen's doing a 20.3 in Sector 1, so it's clearly still dry and hasn't started raining. But Verstappen is the first person on a lap. Never mind, it's Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri does our first Q3 time of a 12.7 for Oscar Piastri. Max Verstappen immediately beats that with 12.3. Although we were seeing 11s from the Mercedes, so... Norris goes P3, a 13.3 only. Alonso beats it by half a second, does a 12.8. Stroll goes P4, 13.1 out of 5 drivers. Tsunoda starts his first lap. Alex Albon, P5, 13.2 out of 6 drivers. Daniel Ricciardo begins a lap. Russell, no, he ain't on a lap. Okay, so Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Russell, and Hamilton are all starting their laps now. Seven minutes remaining. Russell does a 20.123, which was the fastest, until Hamilton does a 20.121. Whoa. Fastest sector 2 for Russell, a 22.7. Hamilton also a 22.7. Both Mercedes quite literally equal right now. There's about 8 milliseconds splitting them. Tsunoda goes P6, a 13.3. Russell goes P1. A 12 dead is a bit disappointing, to be honest. Hamilton crosses the line and hit a 12.3. I thought they'd easily get into the 111s, but there we go. 6 minutes remaining, so there won't be any running for another like 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll get the final runs of the session. Remember, my top 5 I predicted was Hamilton, Verstappen, Alonso, Norris, and Stroll. I put Piastri and Russell outside my top 5. I mean, I know it was a blind prediction meant to be, like, dumb and stupid. So if it does come true, it's like, whoa. But yeah. I mean, as it stands right now, if Piastri's lap time suddenly gets deleted, I'm 4 out of 5. No, I'm not. That's a lie. What I'm saying is, if Piastri's lap time gets deleted, then my Aston positions are right. Wait, no, that's not even right, because I put Norris 4th and Alonso for... Oh no, it's gone so wrong. Christ. Everyone returning to the garage. I have no idea if it's going to rain or not. They're saying it's raining, but now it's not raining. So Leclerc found traffic with a McLaren. No. I don't think I could show this to you because of copyright, but basically at the hairpin, Leclerc brakes. The McLaren is well out of the way, completely off the racing line. And then Leclerc just outbrakes himself. Apparently cold temperatures being the reason for Ferrari's downfall. Both McLarens out. Are they on brand new softs already? They are. That's a fun stat. Checo Perez has only, in 10 attempts, has only got to Q3 3 times. I wonder when he's going to put his Twitter statement out. Piastri 20.2 in Sector 1. That's not very good. And he doesn't really have time to get around and go again. He needs to sort of chop a bit here. Alex Albon comes out. 3 minutes remaining. Well, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Piastri at 22.8 through Sector 2. It's quite poor, really. Piastri comes around the final corner. Stroll exits the pits. Piastri's P4 and goes P2 with the fastest sector through a 1 minute 12.1. Lando Norris on a lap, a 10th up on Piastri in Sector 1. .200ths up in Sector 2. So as it stands right now, if Lando has a very average Sector 3, he will go P1. But then he hasn't got much time to get around again and on used tyres and go again. This is like their final attempts, which is quite odd. So Lando comes across the line in 3, 2, 1, and Bosch is P9. He goes P2 at 12.02. Russell's a 12 exact. Oh. I mean, honestly, if the McLarens are fueled for the whole session, they can quite easily just go through the pits quite quick. And I don't even think they can do that. No, they can't. Interesting strategy by the McLarens. I wonder if the tyre deg is just that low. Two-minute warnings up. So these should be the final runs of qualifying. Who is going to shine under pressure and perform an absolute natty lap? Who's the first one to do a sector? It's going to be Stroll, a 20.3. The Mercedes were doing 20.1s. So that's a bit off it. George Russell. Okay, no, that wasn't a lap time. Oscar Piastri at 20.2. Good sector time by Piastri. Daniel Ricciardo starting his lap now as... Daniel Ricciardo goes fastest in Sector 1 at 20.1. Alonso then beats it and does a 20.1. Okay, track ramp is going nuclear. Alex Albon a 20.3. Lance Stroll gets traffic with Verstappen round the final corner as Verstappen begins his final lap. Stroll crosses the line and Stroll puts it P6 only, so that's my prediction gone. Oscar Piastri out of the final corner. He doesn't improve in Sector 2. Piastri stays third. George Russell gets to start a new lap. That's Russell away. Daniel Ricciardo. Verstappen at 19.9. Ricciardo puts it P4. Alonso P5. Russell at 20.1, a 10th down on Verstappen. Albon P9. Lando Norris not improving at all. Lando Norris is going to stay P2 here. And he does. Lando Norris stays P2. He couldn't find an extra 20 milliseconds to get ahead of Russell. Tsunoda across the line. Tsunoda puts it P8. So Daniel Ricciardo out-qualifies Tsunoda by 3 tenths. Here comes Max Verstappen. Can he put it on pole? Can he do it? Across the line, Verstappen puts it only... Oh my God! Verstappen sets the exact same lap time as Russell to the 1000th. And George Russell is still on a lap and he's improving, but he's not ahead of Verstappen. Will he advance his lead? He doesn't. And Hamilton not improving, only P7 for Hamilton. And Hamilton P... That is unfucking real. Q3 is done, and your final finishing order is going to be George Russell with a 1 minute 12.000. Max Verstappen, a 1 minute 12.000. Yes, they have set the exact same lap times, but because Russell said it first, he gets pole. Lando Norris a 1 minute 12.021. Oscar Piastri a 1 minute 12.103. Daniel Ricciardo P5. What a performance by him. Out the trenches at 12.1. Alonso a 12.2. Hamilton, very disappointing by him, a 12.3. Tsunoda a 12.4. Stroll a 12.7. And Albon a 12.8. Can we get a Russell radio? No, we can get a Lando Norris radio. Here it is for you.
It's P3, Lando, P3.
Lovely jubbly. Oh, lovely jubbly. Well done.
Lovely jubbly. Fair enough. Here is the George Russell radio playing for you now.
Young boy George.
Vampire baby! Amazing.
Ow.
I'll let you. Oh.
Scared the shit out of me.
1. Yep. Thank you so much. I'm proud of everybody.
You just said
for
0,
this,
0, 1.
turnaround.
No, you set the exact same lap time. It's just because you said it first.
Come on.
That's Russell's radio. Race control Q3 incident involving Hamilton failing to follow race director's instruction maximum. Oh, no one gives a fuck. So your grid, your final grid for the Canadian Grand Prix is going to be George Russell, Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, Daniel Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, Yuki Tsunoda, Lance Stroll, Alex Albon, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Logan Sargent, Kevin Magnussen, Pierre Gasly, Sergio Perez, Valtteri Bottas, Esteban Ocon, Nico Hulkenberg, and Zhou Guan Yu. That is your final qualifying order here in Canada. And is that... No, that's Russell's second pole, right? After Hungary 23 or Hungary 22? I think. But anyway. Wow. That was really good. I got a couple TikTok clips off that as well. The Sergio Perez elimination and the George Russell reaction. That actually hurt my eardrums really bad. Do we have any more radios? No, I was hoping for a Daniel Ricciardo radio. P5, really good result. Going off my top 5, I got 1 out of 5. You know, we take those, you know what I mean? So 1 out of 5 on the top 5 prediction, 2 out of 5 on the Q1 eliminations, and 4 out of 5 on Q2 eliminations. And there it is. 21 milliseconds between the top 3 as well. So yeah, let's do a top 5 performers. My top 5 performers is gonna be Sargent, Albon, Ricciardo, Verstappen, and probably just Russell, right? Bosh. So my top 5 performers, in no particular order, is Sargent, Albon, Ricciardo, Verstappen, and Russell. Those are my top performers from qualifying. So that's going to be all from me today. I'll be live tomorrow at 6:45, maybe 6:40 BST tomorrow. And it'll be time for race day. So that's going to be all from me. I'm absolutely knackered, but we move. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for some epic race day action. See you then. Ta-da. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Try to let go of all of the nonsense that you put me through. I give it all to you. I do it all for you. Maybe this feeling's overdue.